the quest for growth.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello, and thank you for joining me today for your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. Let me ask you, how is your soul today? Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? How did you wake up? Are you feeling good, energetic, happy? Or are you feeling a little tired, down, and lacking energy? Either one is okay. There is no right or wrong answer. Just knowing where you are, how you feel, can help you to move forward throughout the day. You feeling good? You feeling a lot of energy? Great. You can take on the day and kill it. Not feeling that great? Okay. Give yourself a little grace. Let yourself off the hook a little bit. But the point is, and the goal is, try and wake up every day, ask how we are, and hopefully we are all in a good place. The quote of the day today: every single person is born with unique and valuable gifts to share with the world. Once we figure out what ours are and decide to live our lives putting them to use, that's when, and only when, the real party starts. That's right. Figure out your purpose. I talk about this a lot. A lot of people tell me they don't feel they have a purpose. Then make your purpose finding your purpose, because everything is better when you have a reason to do it. We're looking for meaningful connections. We're looking for meaningful work, something that brings life into you. It's going to be a gorgeous day today here at the Jersey Shore. We're going into the 50s. And then we're going right back down to freezing cold weather tomorrow. So what do? We take advantage of the day. Yes, if you can, get out there. Breathe in the fresh air. Feel the sun on your face. I am very much looking forward to today. I wanted to hear from you about what is it that you were good at as a kid. You know, because this a lot of times can guide us to our purpose, something that you were really good at as a kid. Now, I used to write stories when I was young. I still have some of them. I had this class called Special Interest, and it was, in theory, for higher intelligence children, and they spent a little more extra time with them and had us do things that you didn't do in regular classes, and I used to write a lot of stories for this class. Then I guess I just stopped at some point. Now, obviously, I've gotten into writing again, but I do not write stories. Maybe it's something I got to give another go. Martin says, I was really good at taking things apart and putting them back together with a pile of parts left over. Maybe you keep at it, Martin. Maybe you won't have as many parts left over. Kevin says, I played the piano and the guitar pretty well when I was younger. Now I just sing. Okay, singing's good. Marcy says I was a pretty decent piano player. Very out of practice now. You can change that. Kathy says drawing and sketching. Wish I kept up with it. I always entered contests and won. Something, again, get back into it. Do it. It's easy. especially if you have time on your hands. I also happen to know that Marcy does a lot of refurbish jobs on old furniture that she finds. She completely refinishes them, and they are very awesome pieces that she comes up with. So that's a little bit of a hobby that she has that, I'm sure fills her with joy, occupies her at the very least, and leaves her with some pretty good pieces. But she could take up the piano. Taking up the piano is hard because if you don't have a piano, that can be a problem. But other than that, so think about what you did as a kid. What did you love doing as a kid? And what do you think that you could pick back up on? Your passion may lie in that. The topic for today, the quest for growth. I posted a screenshot of some of the lyrics from the song A Million Dreams. Just listen to this. I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. Love that. Design your world. Because every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's going to take. A million dreams for the world we're going to make. Yes, I've always been a pursuer of personal growth and self-help. I spent most of my life unhappy, but I was always doing something to try to change that. I've read book upon book about self-help and how to change your life, watched a lot of Oprah to find my aha moments and hopefully make my life better. All of these things helped me along my path. All of these things helped to set me up for when I was finally ready and able to make major changes in my life. And when I finally took all the lessons and applied them, everything changed. I had already realized that my view of the world was changing. I had an epiphany around New Year's in 2017 when I was seeing how everyone's complaining on Facebook about how bad the past year had been. You know those posts. Oh, I hope next year's better to us than this year was. I kept reading this over and over again, and I thought, well, you know what? I've had a pretty good year. Life was going well for me. Then I realized I had some pretty crappy things happen to me as well. But probably for the first time, it wasn't what I thought of first. I thought of all the good in my life first when analyzing my year as a whole. And I can't tell you the elation I felt when I realized I was finally looking at the positive before the negative. Oh, but there was more to come. I was driving to work one day when I heard that song, A Million Dreams, from the Greatest Showman soundtrack. And it inspired me. It made me realize that although I loved my work and my life, there was more that I could do. I had untapped potential. Days later is when I started the blog, which turned into this daily podcast, which has kept me going for the last 2 years. And I hope helped some of you along as well. It just goes to show that inspiration can strike at the most unexpected moments. Even at 4:15 in the morning, driving down a dark Garden State Parkway, listening to the radio. But as I started down this path to helping others discover their best life, I found I had so much more to learn. I've discovered that no matter how much I think there is, how much I think I know, there is so much more information available. There are so many different roads to take on this path, and only you can decide which is the best for you. I learned that dreams can change and goals expand and anything is possible. I used to be afraid to get into deep thought about my life, my past, present, even where I wanted to go moving forward. But it's only when you address these things that you start to open up your world to its greatest potential. Look, I still hesitate to do this deep thinking. It's scary. It brings things up that you don't necessarily want to face. It can be painful. But if you don't, they continue to wear away at you. And they likely are stopping you from being your best self, getting quiet, looking inward, addressing old wounds. It's all uncomfortable. But here's the thing. Greatness and convenience do not coexist. I'm going to say that again. Greatness and convenience do not coexist. If you want to be great, if you want to have a great life, you have to do the hard work. You know, when I say this, as I've been mulling over a well overdue date with my journal to address issues with my mother and the job I lost 2 years ago, I keep saying I'm going to sit down and write all these feelings out. But I keep putting it off because it's uncomfortable. But once I finally do it, I'm sure I will feel the freedom I so desperately search for. Don't let your thoughts and feelings keep you prisoner, because that's what they're doing. They're keeping you prisoner in a life that could be so much more for you. Let them out and wave goodbye. This is why I am still on a quest to gather as much personal growth information as possible. This is why I'm always searching out new thought leaders and try to be open to new ideas. No way is the right way for everyone. The only way you can find your way is to try different ways. And trust me, there are a million different ideas on how to live your best life, but you can find what works best for you. Are you doing anything to further your own personal development journey? Remember, the goal is not to go through life, but to grow through life. What is it you're looking for? The answers are out there and available to you. You just need to search for them. So happy Hump Day! If you like this episode, please share it on your social media. Tell your friends, and for goodness sake, leave me a review for the podcast. I will be most grateful. Now go on out there and be badass today. I'm always here cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Are you ready? Let's go!